Hello viewers, my name is Refa from Optiven Construction, and today we are privileged to be joined by one of our very happy customer, Mr. John Nguli. Mr. John Nguli is a Kenyan living in the diaspora, and he will be joining us though virtually. He actually purchased materials from Optiven Construction, and he was kind enough to tell us his story. Karibu sana, Mr. John.
Asante.
All right, so kindly, we just want us to let us know how your experience was in purchasing materials from Optiven Construction. How was the journey?
Well, the journey was actually fabulous. I cannot say at all that I have anything that wasn't pleasing. It was a very smooth ride. I mean, everything was a touch and go. I got my material safe and sound.
All right, so the fact that you were actually doing it while away from home, didn't you have fears that maybe I'll send money and it disappear in the air? Because I know that is always the fears of many Kenyans who are living in the diaspora.
Yes, that's the thing. Coming from the diaspora perspective, it is not easy to trust someone on the other side in terms of releasing funds or even taking note that you're communicating with someone online and that they are saying that this company and this is what they do. So, with that kind of perspective, it was very scary at first when I saw, like, yeah, you guys produce this, but, as all people are, like, you like to touch and feel the product, but you're not able to do that. But again, since I had known and did my research about Optiven, so I really wasn't really scared as that much, but I was actually able to do some background check and know that Optiven is doing manufacturing. So the first minute when I communicated with you guys, I mean, I didn't feel any much fear.
All right. So one point that maybe we need to let our also other Kenyans who are living in the diaspora to notice that you have to do your due diligence. Just don't invest because people are investing. You do your due diligence. All right. Now, you've stated that at least you had known Optiven the brand.
Yes.
But I know there's that one where it all began. How did you come to know about us, Optiven Group, and also Optiven Construction?
Optiven was actually a brand shown a lot on Facebook. I could see the CEO. He was out there, basically talking more about Optiven and, being a member of the Kenya USA Diaspora Circle. I think somebody came from Optiven and we were able to hear more about Optiven. But even before that, I was watching on YouTube and Facebook and trying to learn more about this company because, again, I mean, in Kenya, companies are being started. But you have to do, like I keep saying, you have to do your own due diligence. So I was able to dig deep and find out whether actually this is an actual company. And, from members actually seeing like what I'm doing right now is trying to sensitize like people to know that this is a real company because I've dealt with it. So out of a word of mouth and also hearing from friends on Facebook, who are actually attesting, saying that Optiven is a brand that you have to trust in, So there was a fear though, in facing this whole question about, releasing that money and buying product. But because of the heavy advertisement, reaching out on Facebook, reaching out on Kenyans living in the diaspora, so I was able to really know more about diaspora. The other thing is to know about actually the manufacturing brand is out of seeing you, Refa, and Hannah on YouTube, talking about the materials and also hearing, testimonies from other, clients of yours.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, Mr. John purchased paving, fencing poles from Optiven Construction. And when he approached us and said that he was looking for the materials, we actually asked for the size of the plots, which he gave us, and then we did a quote. And then now the amount was coming to thousands of Kenyan shillings. And Mr. John said, no, this one I'm going to pay it in bits. that is actually something also you need to maybe let people know that yes, it is possible you can pay it in installments, and at the end of the day you carry your materials home. Kindly let us know how was it?
I mean, there are people who are able to do that, but for my case, I was so excited knowing that you guys are going to work with my terms. At least maybe, I think I did this in a matter of 6 months. You're paying in bits. I mean, that was a huge relief, knowing that you guys are going to work with me in terms of payment. So whatever I get right now, I can send it in. And you guys are going to be a trustworthy company. So even though I'm paying for this material, you're not going to close down the factory tomorrow and tell me, well, you know what? We just wound up the company and, well, there's nobody to reach out, So, I mean, I was able to afford, with that opportunity, I was able to afford, the process of paying little by little, like we say, kidogo kidogo, just like kibaba. Here I am. 6 months later, I was able to finish all that. And thanks to Optiven.
Now, how was the communication process? Like making sure that here is where we are and this is what is remaining and this is how was it? How was the communication process?
That was the deal. Mm-hmm. Touch and go. Every time I send in, I usually use Wave. Wave is my preferred choice of sending money. So every time I shot a Wave to Optiven Manufacturing Company, immediately I will go back to there's a communication on WhatsApp for the company, or even for reaching out to you, Refa, and some other people. And once I send in the transaction through Wave, I'll attach a copy and send it to you and say like, hey Refa, I just deposited this, and you'll be able to confirm, and you'll be like, you know what, I'm sending a receipt in a bit right now. Boom, then I get my receipt. So, that creates a very huge amount of trust, knowing that you have a document that can come back later to say, you know what, I have some materials here. Look, I paid up. So that was very smooth. I mean, knowing that we're using technologies today, we're not stuck in the olden days where it was more about you have to call. And again, Optiven is also, you guys are using WhatsApp too. So I can call any single, day or time, and speak with you or speak with anybody in there, and get a confirmation ASAP. That really is you can't even, I don't know what to say about that. That is so huge in terms of trust, because I know if there is anybody to ask a question, they are there. They are answering. Usually I work night, so I'm calling there. You guys are, it's daytime, and I'll be able to get answers just like that. So there was not even one time I felt uneasy, or like when I send money, you got to a point where, it's like, you send in, and I'm like, Refa, did you get my money? Yeah, confirming, here's a receipt, boom. So it was very smooth, touch and go. That's what I say, it's a touch and go, because I don't even have to ask for the receipts. I mean, they just keep coming. And how the amortization was, I mean, you are able to put down, how much you paid. This is the balance remaining. That's the amount of transparency that Diaspora is asking for. And I also know Kenyans are loving the same thing too, because transparency is the way to go. Being accountable for every penny that is being sent over. So I mean, that is an added advantage when dealing with Optiven.
Wow, transparency and actually communication is everything. If there's a lapse in communication, I think we lose everything. And I remember when you asked for the fencing posts, you were very particular on how you wanted them to appear. I remember you saying that I want my post to be labeled 111. I don't know what that meant though, but I just wanted you to tell us, was it exactly what you got? Ama ulipata kazi mandikwa 769?
Everything I ever asked about those materials was done. Even when I sent someone to come and put them up, I asked them to take a picture. So you know what? Exactly the same way I asked for, they were all labeled up, and that again adds into the amount of details that Optiven takes from clients. So if a client gives out details that you guys are able to follow through, that was a wow for me. I mean, that is what exactly is supposed to happen in a marketplace. If I say my mango is supposed to be in a basket, exactly a client comes and finds their mangoes in the basket. And for this matter with Optiven, I give instructions, they will follow to the letter. You know, there was not like, oh no, you know, we cannot do it. You know, everything was a yes. And, you know, that's the thing. Like, you know, your CEO says, you know, you have to listen to the client. And I see you guys are, you know, doing that all over. It's not only with the real estate, but also the products you guys are producing out there. So, I mean, I can say totally I'm sold out because everything was followed to the ladder. If receipts were coming in, they were all itemized. Everything was put down to the last cent. So instructions were well followed. And thank you for that.
What can you tell someone who has purchased property in Kenya and has been looking forward to maybe start a project, fencing it, because we normally say you mark your territory by fencing, and Optiven Construction has excellent fencing poles that we are supplying to clients. What can you tell such a person?
First and foremost, I encourage every diasporans to invest yours. So waste, home is the best. Now, when you're thinking in terms of investing, you purchased your own land, property somewhere, you're thinking of fencing, that should be the first goal. Protect your quarters. That's how you're going to be able to tell someone who is trying to encroach that, hello, this belongs to someone. Now, my encouragement to quell those fears, I'm sending every diaspora, try Optiven. Talk to Hannah, talk to the guys out in Optiven. You know, ask for Hannah, ask for Refa. You know, Refa was my point of contact. You know, you don't have to worry whether Refa is real. Refa is real. Optiven is a real company. Call them. Stop having fears, because take it from me, I'm a happy client. So there shouldn't be doubts in your mind. Anytime you have any question, you're able to call and speak with her. Call, invest, fence your plot. Do not fear in investing back home, because you have a trusted partner. Optiven will do it for you. So I encourage you to knock that fear off. Try Optiven. They'll be able to do it for you.
Thank you so much, Mr. John, for making time to share your story with us. And we are telling people living in the diaspora and also in Kenya that we have a perfect investment solution for you. You start with purchasing land from Optiven Limited. You can visit our site on www.optiven.co.ke, and once you're done, we have excellent materials for your building needs. We at Optiven Construction, we manufacture concrete building products, and our products range from paving blocks, also known as cabros. We have fencing poles, we have culverts, we have paving slabs, we have road curbs, we have hollow blocks. So it's actually all that you ever needed for building. You can visit us on Facebook, that is Optiven Construction, or call us on 0702 250 250.